Listen, we're going to do our own introduction. Is that cool, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Now, here's the thing. So some of y'all don't know that I'm totally blind. So we're going to have some audible communication. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, cool. Oh, now it sounds like a crowd. I didn't really realize. Okay, we got some people up in here. This is wonderful. All right, so first of all, ladies and gentlemen, this presentation obviously is all about a new era of emotional intelligence. That's why you're here, right? And so there's some takeaways that are up on the screen. You can screenshot that if you need to. Hold me accountable. Make sure I actually break those down to you because you never know what I might say up here. I told the NADA lady, I said, listen, I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy, but I am going to have a great conversation with you all about emotional intelligence. Is that cool? Yeah. All right, cool. Now, my name is L.A. Williams, which is short for Leslie Alexander Williams III. And I know my name sounds all regal, as if I grew up having a whole lot of money or something like that. But if that's what you were thinking, then you got another think coming. Because I didn't, y'all. I actually grew up in average and ordinary town America, probably just like you did. Mine's is called North Philly. I don't know what yours is called, okay? But growing up in a place like that, it's not typically where you'd go to find the next emotional, intelligent individual. I'm just saying, right? You look at us wrong, we might, get a little violent, you know what I'm saying? and so I kind of grew up in that era. Another thing is that I grew up totally blind. Yes, I lost my sight at the age of 3 due to having glaucoma. So literally on my 3rd birthday, I had my 12th surgery and lost my sight completely. And now here's, I just want you to imagine that just for a quick moment. So I'm married, been married 9 years, and I've never seen what my wife looks like. Right? I've never seen my son. He's 16. He plays basketball. They tell me he's pretty good. Y'all got to let me know. I've never seen him actually play basketball. No, but if you think about it, I mean, there are so many things that we take for granted as sighted individuals, right? It's like I've never been able to see the sunrise. I just think that sometimes, again, we take for granted the free gifts that are available to us. Like, how many of y'all agree that the best things in life are free? Y'all agree with that, right? Okay, right? But the second best things cost money, right? And that's why we're in this industry, right? And so in our industry, we understand the value of training, right? No, when I say right, y'all say right? Okay, so we understand the value of training. We get product knowledge from the OEM, right? You get phone training, right? There's road to the what? Sale. Yeah, we got to work on our training thing, right? The question is it complete training? And NADA says no. So if you want to be a great leader and build the most incredible staff, it's got to be about more than just selling cars. Like more than just skill path training, which is what we're going to focus on today. All right. So again, we're talking about emotional intelligence. Let's start by talking about what emotional intelligence is not. Can y'all say is not? It's not. Okay. It's not about being nice, right? A huge misconception about EQ, AKA emotional intelligence. Y'all hear me flipping back and forth between the two, right? It's the belief that it's solely about being agreeable or overly accommodating. However, in reality, emotional intelligence is about effectively managing emotions, which sometimes involves being assertive. My teammates can, sometimes I got to be assertive, right? Sometimes we got to make tough decisions. Am I right? Yeah. Absolutely. It's about balance, not just kindness. And obviously we got to have some kindness involved in everything that we do, but we got to have some balance. Y'all say balance. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing that emotional intelligence is what? Y'all say not? It's not about the opposite of IQ, right? Many people assume that emotional intelligence, EQ, and intelligence quotient, y'all heard of IQ. We take an IQ test before, right? Right? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tire y'all out, just so y'all know. Like, if y'all thought this was me doing the presentation, y'all was wrong. This is y'all doing the presentation. Because I can't see the head nods, so I need your voices. Is that okay? Yeah. I need y'all to commit to me, right? Even when the feeling goes away that initially you said it, I need y'all to make a commitment right now that you're going to talk back to the man, okay? All right, I appreciate that. So again, people think that IQ and EQ are opposing traits. However, the two are complementary. So while IQ measures cognitive ability, all that stuff you think about and all that good stuff. EQ involves understanding and managing emotions. Again, both, y'all say both, are integral for success in life and business, okay? All right, number 3 that emotional intelligence is not, it's not something only certain people can have. See, some believe that emotional intelligence is one of those innate traits, right, that can't be developed. However, in truth, EQ can be learned and improved over time through stuff like self-awareness, practice, and here go the one now y'all not gonna like, feedback. Y'all say feedback. All right, y'all remember when I say that in just a second, right? Okay. So number 4 that emotional intelligence is not, it does not mean that you're always calm. See, people with high EQ are not immune to stress or negative emotions. Instead, we just manage our emotional responses more effectively. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we don't experience strong emotions. I promise you. Sometimes I want to throw some folks across the room too. You know what I'm saying? But we do have to be better at regulating them in different situations. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about something else that emotional intelligence is not. Y'all say not. Not important for only leadership. See, while emotional intelligence is crucial for effective leadership, it's equally important for employees at all levels, whether you're in sales, customer service, teamwork. High EQ helps teammates build strong relationships, communicate effectively, and collaborate well. Like, hey, let me ask y'all, wouldn't emotional intelligence help at the dealership? Would that? I'm about to say, otherwise y'all wouldn't be here, right? Let's tell the truth, shame the devil, okay? So seriously, if we don't have emotional intelligence, not only could we manage our team incorrectly, but when we're blowing deals or losing business because we're not picking up on emotional cues, folks, it's hurting our business, okay? So let's go through a quick current situation analysis. So let's talk about employee retention. Anybody want to keep some people? Make some noise, you want to keep some people. All right, okay. Employee retention, just employees with managers who demonstrate low EQ are 4 times more likely to leave than those with emotional intelligent leaders. It's another reason why our industry has a 70 to an 80% attrition ratio. Okay, let's talk about job performance, right? Studies show that EQ accounts for 58% of job performance. Is that crazy? This is 58% that we have not been tapping into. So without EQ training, our industry is operating at 42%. Like, think about what's in your account right now. Would you realize it's only 42% of what ought to be there? That should make you mad. I'm just saying. It should make you mad, right? So let's talk about conflict resolution, right? Anybody ever had a conflict at their dealership? I'm about to say, tell the truth now. Listen, this is the room where we tell the truth. I understand y'all want to look good because we had NADA and everything, but come on, right? We're going to tell some truth. See, conflicts can arise from whether it's customer interactions or even between teammates. Most of the time, that's what we say. But leaders that struggle with emotional intelligence, they don't resolve those conflicts effectively, which can result in what? Tension and literally a toxic work environment. You don't want to have a toxic work environment, do you? No, right? So this not only affects team morale, but can also diminish customer satisfactions and create some lost sales opportunities, right? So poor EQ, literally, just think of it, poor EQ means missing out on emotional cues from customers, leading to lost sales opportunities. So we're losing money. You ever wonder why your staff struggles to properly reply to prospects? You ever look at the text message, you're like, why did you say that? Oh my God, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Right? Well, the reason it happens is because personnel with low EQ often fail to understand and respond to customer needs, leading to poor customer experiences. And what else? Lost sales opportunities. Y'all know I'm talking to you about losing sales, right? We don't need that, right? See, car dealerships, we understand we rely heavily on building strong customer relationships. True or not true? Y'all know it, absolutely. All right, so to illustrate a lack of EQ, sound man, I make sure I got some sound from you, right? I want to show y'all some video examples, all right? I'm going to talk about I want to show you a manager unaware of their frustration during a sales meeting. Y'all check this out.
I'm super proud of you guys. Our new car number, we are already up 50%, and for our used cars, we're actually over about 20%. So, guys, I just want to take a little bit to celebrate.
Sorry I'm late. What'd I miss?
You would know what you missed if you had shown up on time. Who do you think you are? Well, you walk around here like your mom and dad own the dealership.
I'm sorry, I had a customer on the lot.
Once again, nobody needs to hear your excuses. We have these meetings and we schedule them at a specific time for a reason. Please continue.
Okay, so,
yeah, like how's she supposed to continue the meeting like that? Does that make sense? Yeah. That's a lack of self-awareness. You don't even realize that the guy could have been late and you're gonna be like, I'll handle that later, right? Why you feel like you had to handle it right then and there? Does that make sense? Yeah. That's a lack of self-awareness. All right, here we go. So now we're gonna watch/listen to, right? A salesperson losing patience with a difficult customer. Let's listen.
So this is the brand new 2024 electric Hummer. We just got it in and I wanted to show it to you. It's in this beautiful orange color. We already got all of the tow hooks and attachments on it. I think this is the one that you should take home.
It looks really nice. I was just wondering though, what's the price for it?
That's the thing. It's only $112,000, so I think it's right in your budget.
That's funny because down the street it's listed for $109. So why is it cheaper then?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Maybe you should go down the street and find out why they do have it for cheaper.
I just wanted to see if you guys could match it.
Look, we have a great vehicle here, so I don't want to waste any of our times. If you think you can get it for cheaper somewhere else, maybe you should just go there.
Are you serious?
Completely. So just let me know if you want to move forward with this one or not.
And we laugh. You act like that's not happening at your dealership. The challenge is you don't even know. You don't even know. Because these are those people that never make it into the CRM. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Sales manager sitting at the desk, not paying attention. Ooh, no, LA, don't say that. Don't be hurting people's feelings like that. All right, here we go. Go to the next one, LA, okay? We want to talk about, so that was a lack of self-regulation, right? Let's talk about missing customer cues, right? Whether they're nonverbal or for you guys it's gonna be verbal customer cues. This is social awareness. I want y'all to check this out.
So, you really liked it, right? I think let's just get some numbers together and then that way we can figure out how you can take this home.
I mean, yeah, I love how it drove, but I kind of want my wife to see the car first.
Yeah, but as I just said, we just got this one in. It's not gonna last long, so I think we should look at the numbers to see how we can get you in it.
If I could just get some information, I'll come back later with my wife.
I really wouldn't wait if I were you. The price might go up and it might not be here. So like I said, let's just look at the numbers, get you everything that you need, and then you can show your brand new vehicle off to your wife when you get home.
I told you, I'm not interested in buying right now. I want my wife to see the car.
I get that, but as I said, this car might not be here anymore, so you should probably get it now before it's gone.
Thanks. We'll be back. Ready.
Hope it's even here by the time you come back.
Again, it sounds ridiculous, right? We don't realize our customer having these arguments back and forth with conversation. See, the trainer in me really wants to train her on what to say. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I'm telling you, stuff is wild. Let's talk about this because we think this don't happen. Strained team dynamic. Let me kind of show y'all what really affects performance. And again, you don't even know when policies and things aren't followed. Check out what happens. This is a lack of relationship management.
Hey, I've been interested in this model for a while. It's really nice. I was wondering if I could take it for a test drive.
Yeah, of course. Let me go get the keys. I'll be right back. Where the hell are the keys? Where are the keys for the Pontiac?
No, I have an appointment later.
Well, what do you mean you have them? You have to put them back in the key machine. That's the policy. So I need the keys now.
Got an appointment later, Rick.
Give them to me now because you're literally costing me a deal.
Costing you a deal?
Just give me the damn keys.
Maybe.
I really don't have time for this. Like, my customer's
Okay, yeah, but I
waiting up
have
there.
an
I need
appointment.
keys.
It's not my problem.
Not your problem? Dude, this is literally all because of you.
Again, right? We laugh, but how many people agree that's unacceptable? Say unacceptable. Like, we cannot afford to operate this way. So, if that was not enough for you, which I think it was, I can feel the energy in the room, right? It's the cool part about being blind. All right, so listen, let's talk about financial success. We all want to make some money, right? Okay, well, we've done the research. 90% of top performers in a dealership possess high EQ. See, people with higher emotional intelligence earn, on average, $29,000 more per year than folks that don't practice it. So you literally got 29,000 reasons to get better at this. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna talk about leadership effectiveness. Here we go. Emotional intelligence, it literally predicts 67% of leadership effectiveness and literally can increase team productivity by 20%. At the top dealer groups, 75% of hiring managers say that they use emotional intelligence as more important than IQ when they're evaluating candidates. And literally 3 out of 4 of the managers said that they use emotional intelligence when they're looking to promote someone. Anybody looking to get promoted? Y'all like, we are owners. What you talking about, LA? So now that we understand the power of emotional intelligence, are y'all ready for some practical strategies that you can implement today to develop and strengthen your emotional intelligence? Y'all say ready if y'all ready. Ready. All right. Now, these not just concepts. I'm not just giving you concepts. I'm giving you tools, right, to make you a better leader, team member, or salesperson. So I'm gonna give you the 4 habits of emotionally intelligent salespeople, right? Number 1, self-awareness. This is knowing yourself. Who got the quote? Say, know thyself. Y'all familiar with that? Yeah, y'all intelligent. I knew this is a good group. Socrates, right? Y'all got it, right? You gotta know yourself. See, 7 habits of highly effective people. Dr. Stephen Covey says the first habit is to be proactive. So you gotta practice mindfulness and reflection. See, because proactive people, they focus their efforts on things they can do something about. Y'all say do something. Do something about, right? Reactive people focus on things beyond their control. So practicing self-awareness is about being proactive in your emotional life. You got to take control of your emotions rather than reactive impulsively to them. See, that's what animals do. Does that make sense? Okay. See, so instead of letting a tough customer ruin your day, right, proactively recognize your emotional triggers. Say, you know what, this is kind of bothering me, right? And then you got to manage your responses before things escalate, right? Now I say we need to seek feedback. Didn't I say that? We need to seek feedback. See, proactive people also take ownership of their personal growth by seeking out feedback. You got to literally ask your teammates or your peers for feedback on how you're perceived in high pressure situations. Literally, are you coming across as stressed? Wow, you know, he's really stressed right now. Or are you calm and collected? See, a manager, because y'all all the owners around here, right? A manager could ask their team, hey, how do you think I handle stressful situations? And make sure they're telling you the truth. You don't want to have a bunch of yes men around you, right? Men and women, okay. Ask them, say, what can I improve? You ever hear y'all say, what can I improve? That is not the whole daggum room. Could y'all stop playing with me? Say, what can I improve? Thank you. Absolutely. Now, the question is, you said it here. Will you say it at the dealership? Okay. All right. We're going to see. We got one yes. This is good job. Good job. Give it up for her. Give it up for her. Put the clap hands together for her. Exactly, right? I love that. All right. Number 2, self-regulation. So it's one thing to kind of realize what's going on with yourself. However, can you actually manage those emotions? Now, I'm going to give y'all something that I used to do, but I don't need to do it no more, okay? It's called the pause and breathe method. Now, I'm just saying that because It's great for beginners. You understand what I'm saying? If you're really not good with managing your emotions right now, then you ought to use the pause and breathe method. Does that make sense? See, at this point in time, literally, and my team can tell you, like, they don't even know when I'm upset, because I smile and I kind of just handle things. I might say what needs to be said, but you can't tell. The challenge with the pause and breathe method, everybody know they're kind of getting to you, right? But that may be what you have to do in the beginning. Does that make sense? Okay, all right. So if you got teammates who are new at this, teach them to take a deep breath before reacting emotionally in stressful situations. You got to understand, all things, y'all say all things, are created twice. There's a mental or first creation, right? What happens in your mind. And then there's a physical or second creation. What happens in the quote unquote real world, right? So just a few seconds can prevent impulsive, emotionally charged responses that harm relationships. All right. When regulating your emotions, you got to envision the outcome you desire. That's why that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Close your eyes, right? We're not using our sight. We're using our what? Vision. Y'all say vision. Vision. Yeah. So you got to envision the outcome you desire. So if your goal is to literally de-escalate a conflict or calm a customer down, then your emotional response should reflect that vision. Right? You got to, again, take a moment to pause and be sure your reaction aligns with the desired result. Okay? So let me give you an example. Let's say a customer escalates a complaint, right? Instead of reacting defensively, well, Mr. Customer, such and such and such and such. No, man, take a breath, right? Just visualize the resolution you want to achieve. What is the goal? What do you want to make happen? And then you can respond calmly and professionally. Well, you know, it's so interesting you say that, Mr. Customer, because here's what we found. Like, you can really calm down and say what you need to say, right? You can lean into the training that you got. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah. All right, cool. Now, listen, all of that right there, I'm telling you, that was kind of like what I would call like the beginner stuff, but this is something you're going to have to do on a daily basis. Y'all say daily basis. And I'm the king of this. I promise you I'm the king of this. Reframe negative thoughts. Take a picture of that. If it's still on the screen, take a picture. Reframe negative thoughts. Everybody should understand the value of framing. I'm going to let y'all be cited for a quick moment, right? Tell me, if you got a nice picture in an ugly frame, don't it kind of mess up the picture? Same situation. If you got a kind of an okay picture, but it's in a really nice frame, you're like, oh, I like that, right? It's kind of nice, right? So we got to reframe challenges as opportunities. So I'm telling y'all, this is literally what happened. Sean Bradley, if I'm lying, you cut my tie, okay? So we all had a situation. We were all headed here to NADA, flights booked, hotels, everything's wonderful, right? Until it wasn't. Our flights got canceled somehow, okay? And so when we rebooked, everybody got put in the middle seat. We all like the middle seat, right? No, we all don't like the middle seat. But as soon as I heard, my immediate response was, well, sounds like I'm about to make 2 new friends. So that you have to be able to do it, and you got to do it quickly, right? And I'll give you a time lapse. You got 17 seconds to fix your mind. You ever tell your kids, fix your face? You ever say that to your kids, right? You got 17 seconds to fix your mind. I ain't gonna go into a deep, dissertation on it, but literally thought seeds take 17 seconds to germinate. So before it germinates and kind of start giving up, fix your mind, okay? Is that helpful? Yeah. All right. So let me give y'all a dealership example. Let me stay on my little PowerPoint thing. So let's say instead of saying, oh, this customer is unreasonable, right? Reframe it to, you know what? This is an opportunity. This is a chance for me to improve my conflict resolution skills. Isn't that great? Yeah. So when a deal is not going as planned, instead of reacting with frustration like normal people normally do, pros should focus on how to turning into a learning experience, right? You got to think, what do I want more versus what do I want right now? Because right now, I understand what you want to do. We can't say it on stage, but I know what you want to do, right? But what do you want to do more? What do you want to happen more? Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Is this helpful, y'all? Am I really giving y'all some stuff? Put your hands together if it's helpful. I'm just saying, all right, cool. Don't have me up here just saying stuff that don't make no difference in your life, right? I promise you. Boo me off the stage if you have to. I promise you. I don't get offended, right? Okay, so number 3, social awareness, right? Understanding others. See that same book I was talking about, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? Habit number 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood, right? See, so basically it's improve active listening. See, most people don't listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply, right? You're just waiting for that person to stop talking so you can say what you got to say. You know what I'm talking about? See, social awareness starts with deeply listening to others before offering solutions. See, this aligns perfectly with that seek to understand before being understood. So when a customer or even a team member is speaking, I challenge you to focus fully on them, right? Ask clarifying questions so that you can, make sure that you truly understand their emotions and their concerns. So let me kind of give you an example. Y'all know I like examples. During a sales conversation, instead of just jumping to the next thing you want to say, which, oh my gosh, I listen to some of y'all's sales conversations and I'll be like, why did you say that? The conversation wasn't even leading in that direction, right? So what I recommend is take the time to summarize what the customer has said to ensure that you're addressing their concerns. It might sound something like this. So what I'm getting from you is that blankety blank, blank, blank. And then that way they can gently nudge you in a direction if you didn't say it quite right. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. So we want to make sure we're doing. So it's called empathic listening, right? Y'all call it empathetic. Dr. Covey says empathic listening. It involves paying attention not just to words, but also to nonverbal communication. I'm talking about like body language and tone and even facial expressions. See, now me, I don't have that luxury, okay? So what I have to do is I have to pay attention to specific words that people use and also avoid. Silence can teach you a lot. So I listen to things like the timbre of a person's voice, because sometimes that type of stuff can, I was working with a BDC agent recently and she was about to start crying. Now, but I'm a tough coach, so I let her do it, right? Because I understood that if she could power through that, I knew that would do way more for her confidence than me letting her off the hook. Does that make sense? Now, here's the cool part. It was a conscious decision. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I didn't know she was about to cry, just because I can't see. People think, oh, well, LA can't see her face. No, I know exactly what's about to happen. I totally get it. Does that make sense? Yes. So I got to adjust my approach accordingly. And then in that moment, I decided to give her the chance, the shot to power through and actually show herself that she could win. Does that make sense? All right, cool. So sometimes I do that. Sometimes I ask, okay, maybe I need to ask some open-ended questions. Maybe this person's a little closed off. Y'all know them. Yeah, that happens, right? So we got to ask some open-ended question. Maybe I should ask some no-oriented questions to help the person feel more comfortable. Y'all know what I mean when I say no-oriented questions? Okay, here we go. So would you guys be opposed to me moving forward? Okay, all right, good. So that's a no-oriented question, right? See, understand that people, they like to say yes, but they're more comfortable saying no. So if you give someone a chance to say no, they'll feel more comfortable. I'm not training y'all. Let me stay to your PowerPoint, boy. Okay. So sometimes we have to adjust our tone. Like for me, there's 5 different tones that I teach, and I do have this in the PowerPoint, so I can teach this to you. I might make my tone on purpose more playful. We've all done that, right? Right? I might make it more curious. So I'm kind of curious I'm just kind of wondering, right? I say that so many times when I'm having a conversation with someone. I might have to challenge them. Listen, so I challenge you, each and every one of you. See, I got to kind of drop my voice a little bit, give them that late night DJ. I might be a little, I'm kind of concerned, guys, because you see, it gives you different, and sometimes I got to be confused. I'm a little confused. I thought y'all said y'all wanted to, man, I don't understand, right? So there's different tones. Does that all make sense? Yes. All right, I highly recommend. I hope you wrote them down, took a screenshot, whatever, because you want to, on purpose, go through those 5 tones and make sure you got them down. All right, number 4, relationship management. Here we go. This is a good one, right? Building strong connections. We're all out here at NADA. We're doing a bunch of relationship building and all that good stuff. But we got to resolve conflicts constructively. So teach your team to resolve, like how to address conflicts by focusing on solutions, right? Not assigning blame. Well, you. That's the problem right there. right? Well, use what they call them I statements. Well, you know what I noticed, what I'm picking up on is where's some I statements around here? Does that make sense? Right? We got to focus on win-win outcomes that acknowledge both parties' needs. Whenever there's a dispute between, I don't know, maybe the sales and the internet department, oh, that don't happen in my store, LA, right? Leaders should, on purpose, bring them together and focus on how their collaboration can solve the issue more effectively, right? And you got to show empathy. You got to encourage leaders to put themselves in others' shoes and acknowledge their feelings. Let me try to tell you, now, you said they're not going to train, I'm going to break my rule list. Again, listen, the challenge when we think we're empathizing is we go, I understand how you feel. Liar, right? Like, if you understood how a person felt, you would name it. So y'all need to write down, name it. It's not in a PowerPoint. You can't take a screenshot. Write it down. Name the feeling. And here's the cool thing. Even if you're wrong, it still works. I know you guys are a little frustrated, because no, LA, we're not frustrated. We just okay, cool, right? Right? Whatever the feeling is, just say what you think it is. I am baffled at how many folks really struggle with that. Can't name the emotion. So whether it's a frustrated customer or an underperforming employee, empathy creates what? Stronger bonds and promotes trust. Let me give y'all another quote from Dr. Covey. Dr. Covey's the man. I'm trying to tell y'all, the late, great Dr. Covey. He said, win-win is a frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interaction. Y'all say all. All human interactions. I don't care what the situation is. Whether it's the, ticket lady at the ticket counter, right? The guy at the bus depot. I don't care what it is, right? It's human. We got to build strong relationships, whether it's customer relationships, team relationships, public relationships. Well, how do you expect us to do that, LA? Well, you got to empathize with their feelings and aim for solutions that benefit both sides. So literally, whenever you're closing a deal or you're teaching your team about closing, you got to think beyond just the sale, right? You got to aim for a long-term relationship with the customer. Anybody tired of always having to get new customers? Man, I'm telling y'all, be back. We're not going to talk about it. Don't train, LA. Don't train, right? The point is, you got to address their emotional and practical needs. How many people know that people will forget what you said? They'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So if a team member is struggling with performance, instead of focusing on all the outcomes or the metrics and all of that the numbers, right? Ask how they're feeling about the job. Find out what's affecting their performance. See, synergy is what happens when 1 + 1 = 3 or more. See, it's the profound result when 2 or more respectful, I should have y'all say respectful. Say respectful. It's respectful, empathic people work together to create a better solution. All right. So I gave y'all the 4. Y'all, is that enough or y'all want a bonus? Y'all want a bonus? We got time for a bonus? Say bonus if y'all want bonus. All right, I'm gonna give you a bonus. Okay. Number 5, listen, y'all ain't gonna like it. Y'all be like, dang, why we say bonus? Implementing EQ in daily dealership operations. What are you talking about, LA? Well, habit number 3, I know we kind of jumping around. Habit number 3 of the 7 habits is put first things first, right? Which I'm talking about what? Role play exercises, right? See, putting first things first means organizing or scheduling and executing your most important priorities, right? Not prioritizing your schedule. Okay, so you got to prioritize EQ development. After you leave here, I promise you, you're not going to have no excuse. Does that make sense? So you might as well prioritize EQ development by incorporating regular role-playing sessions in your dealerships where you get to practice responding with empathy and social awareness. Right? Try role-playing some challenging scenarios. Like, we got our meetings and all that good stuff. If you're doing it, hey, what is it like when a customer complains, right? And everybody's had an irate customer before. So pretend to be an irate customer. How does a person handle that? You don't want the very first time for them to, quote unquote, practice this stuff to be on real customers. We don't practice with real customers. Does that make sense? Yes. Right? Practice a disagreement. Make sure they practice it though, y'all don't, So if you got a disagreement between 2 members, literally practice what that looks like and focus on resolving these issues using emotional intelligence. right? We got to have some daily team check-ins. Y'all say daily. Daily team check-ins. I'm telling you, this type of stuff is extremely important. See, habit 3 emphasizes the importance of consistent habits and scheduling what truly matters. I believe this matters to you. Otherwise, you could be in a 50 million other sessions probably going on right now. But you're not. You're here with me, right? So I know it's a minimum at least important to you, right? You're spending your time currency, which I always say is more important than money. You're spending your time here. You got to make emotional awareness a daily habit. Okay. On our Millionaire Car Salesman podcast, the last episode of season 8, our guest said, you got to check in with your team's emotional state. Like literally during the morning meeting we have every day. Y'all know the morning meetings? Ask the team, hey, how are they feeling, right? Ask them what they're focusing on. Because what this will do, it'll beyond, you won't even realize, it'll build self-awareness because they'll know what they're working on and empathy into daily operations. Is that helpful? All right, I'm trying to tell you. All right, so let me give you all the vision real quick. Okay, so now that we've explored how to develop emotional intelligence, it's so important to realize that it's a skill that improves with time and practice. What does it include? They can't hear you next door. What does it include? Yeah, you gotta give it some time and practice, right? See, these strategies are just the beginning, but the transformation starts when you commit to applying them daily. Well, LA, what's commitment? Let me tell you. Commitment means doing what you said you were gonna do, even when the feeling you said you were gonna do it in is gone. See, right now we're in room 206. We got all these people around us, everybody. Emotional intelligence is great, wonderful. But then you go back to the dealership, right? So now when it's self-regulation in a stressful sales situation or empathy when leading your team. Let me pause for a second on that one. Empathy when leading your team. The key is what? Consistency. I just put a comment on somebody's YouTube channel recently because they gave some advice that they should do. I said, the challenge is most people this requires consistency. Can everybody say consistency? It don't just mean next week, right? It doesn't just mean the rest of February. It doesn't mean February, March, April, right? We got to do it what? Consistently. Y'all say it. Consistently. That's the key. So let's not miss the opportunity to tap into that 58% of performers we were talking about. Like we've been leaving that on the table. See, by leading with empathy and developing emotional intelligence, not only will we build better teams and customer relationships, we're going to position ourselves to succeed in today's competitive marketplace, which is everything. So we've all seen how lack of emotional intelligence holds us back. We saw it in the videos, right? Well, y'all heard it in the videos, right? Right? And what I'm talking about individually and as an industry. Now, the good news is we have the power. Y'all say power. We have the power to change it. Start today. Literally ask yourself, lay down, when you lay down tonight, write down some moment where you applied one of these strategies that I talked to you about today. And let's lead our dealerships into a new era of emotional intelligence and empathy. Y'all got some questions? Talk to your boy. Ooh, I kicked the thing. Did I break something? Okay. Who got questions? Talk to me. Who got some questions? Y'all better have some questions.
I have a question.
All right, what's your name? Say the name and where you calling from.
My name is Chad Robinson. I'm from St. Cloud, Minnesota.
What's happening, Chad?
You mentioned if you notice that somebody's giving off mad energy, that you can just ask them, hey, it sounds like you're mad. Yeah. And that you can guess wrong, and that's okay.
Yeah.
How does that, can you go into greater detail on that?
Well, it sounds like you're a little confused about how this works. Come on, react the way you want to react. React the way you really want to react. React the way you really want to react. No, LA, I'm not saying I'm confused. I'm just trying to get a little more light on it. You see what I'm saying? You see how you would correct me?
Yep. Oh, okay, so it's a psychological.
Right? So literally, I purposely chose wrong, right? I don't think that he's confused. He just wanted me to kind of shed him a little more light on it. So does that help though? You just tell. So, you know what, Chad? I'm sensing you're seeming like you're really upset. Is this something that I caused this?
No.
Talk to me. What's going on, man? I want to make sure I'm able to help. You see how I'm able to do that?
Yep.
Just ask the question. Great question. Give it up for Chad, y'all. Chad, ooh, man, talk about very first question. Who else got a question? Talk to me.
I have another question.
I have another question. State your name, where you calling from.
My name is Claudia, and I come from the Florida Panhandle, Northwest Florida.
Okay, what's up, Claudia?
I'd like to hear what your perspective is on. There's a lot of accountability, challenges
Yeah.
at the dealerships.
Yeah.
And that has been, there's been a pattern of having like a very punitive way of working.
Yeah.
So how do you balance, that emotionally intelligence aspect with holding people accountable?
Right.
While having, results, because it's such a results-driven, month-to-month industry.
So we talked about this kind of in the beginning. I said it's not always about being nice or agreeable, right? So again, I can hold you accountable and still make sure that the numbers are hit. It's just I don't have to do it in such a rough and gruff way. Does that make sense? See, understand, anybody in the room have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when we have children, we don't always, the solution is not always, right, the aggressive solution. Sometimes you got to kind of sit down with your kids and see exactly what's going on, what's in their mind, right? Is somebody doing something to them at school? Is something happening? Did you offend them in some way, shape, or form that's causing them to act in a certain way, right? You got to be able to have adult conversations with like grown folk conversations, right? And we understand that, see, whenever, kids are, kind of out of whack and all of that, we kind of look towards the parents. True or not true?
True.
So when the dealership, when the teammates are, some stuff is not quite going right, who should we speak with? It's management, right? The anointing falls from the head. So we got to understand that it's always about the management. What is the and what are you willing to tolerate? See, as managers, sometimes we willing to tolerate things from people maybe just because they're bringing certain numbers. But if they're destroying the rest of your dealership, folks got to be held accountable. We can't have this. Or we can keep having 42% of what we should have. We just got to make a decision. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome, absolutely. Give it up to Claudia, y'all. Talking about. Let's go. What type of time we talking about? It's, I think I got like 2 more minutes. Come on. Fire them away. Y'all have no more questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
Would you
You got to state your name, where you calling from.
Sorry, my name is Jennifer. I'm from Alberta, Canada.
Jennifer, what's up?
Yeah. So my question is that obviously with AI really transforming the industry, would you say that EQ is more important now than it is before?
You said more important now
Or
than
it's
before?
it's more important of a skill set now, compared to before, because with AI now really kind of transforming the industry.
Yeah, I get that. This is an opinion thing, but I don't think that AI doesn't change the need for emotional intelligence, right? We needed it back then, and we definitely need it now. You know what I'm saying? It's not about a more thing. I think what AI does is it puts us in position to do some of the things that we weren't able to do a lot faster, so we're saving time, right? And I'm a huge proponent of AI. I love AI. It totally changed my life. If you think about it, as a blind person, when y'all be sending them screenshots and text messages, all I got to do is be like, swipe, boop, boop, drop it in there, and it describes it to me. Does that make sense? Right? So little things like AI, so it really kind of depends on where you're talking about using it. What we got to do is we got to be intelligent enough using our IQ to see, does this make sense? Does this fit from a logical standpoint? And yes, does it fit from an emotional standpoint? Because, AI don't have no daggum emotional feelings. It don't know. It doesn't realize that word triggers certain vibes and feelings. So one of my mentors one time, he said, something we should do is we should take a word. Pick any word. Pick a word, Jennifer. Like a feeling or emotion or something like that. Pick a word anyway. Angry, right? Okay, cool. So then we say angry and say, okay, place it on a scale. And then say, okay, what words are more angry than angry? Fuming, right? Like the tyrant, right? And then go all the way to the other side of the schedule, right? The other side of the spectrum, whether it's happy, like what falls on that line of angry. And then you can learn to use a softer word if you need to, use a more tougher word, a more aggressive word if you need to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I guess it's just more so being like self-aware again.
Oh, absolutely.
Even using AI to like formulate like how you're feeling and how you would navigate certain conversations if you realize as a salesperson or as a finance manager that the conversation did not go as well. And even having that to apply and utilizing it to improve your skill.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's the thing. This is sometimes using that AI as like almost like a therapy thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to talk to. I talk to my AI all the time. I promise you. We good friends.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And sometimes, yes, that does help you work through it, because a lot of times one of the things I teach is that we got to write down our feelings, and we could write them down unabashedly, right? Meaning you write down exactly how you feel. That's what you put in your journal and your diary, right? And so if you got an AI journal or diary, you got almost like a back and forth communication. It's pretty cool stuff. Awesome. All right, y'all, was that helpful? Awesome. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate everybody being here. If you hear me playing a saxophone, you hear a saxophone, that's me. You come holler at your boy. I'm around. Listen, if you don't have access to Bradley On Demand, you're missing out on crucial information. The top automotive groups like Koons, Lithia, and Norm Reeves have all used Bradley On Demand to train their teams. And guess what? The world's #1 car salesman, Cody Carter, shares his exclusive strategies right here. You want his secrets? You gotta have Bradley On Demand. Stop waiting and start winning. Dominate your market. Click the link and get access now.